When did you realize how dangerous men can be? I was watching my 7-year-old's hair when I noticed the bald patches littered across his scalp. It's nothing, Dad, he said, covering them with his hands. Coach says real swimmers don't need hair anyway. The thing was, Seymour has mild cerebral palsy, so I wanted to make sure he was okay. I called Coach Retisha the next morning. Hey, this is James, Seymour's dad. I wanted to ask about some training methods. Seymour has been losing hair, and Retisha chuckled. Oh boy, what's he telling you now? You know how these special needs kids are, always making excuses, looking for sympathy. That stung. He mentioned something about underwater training. Listen, his tone hardened. I swam Division 3. I've coached 3 state champions. I know the difference between real potential and kids using their conditions as crutches. He paused. If Seymour can't handle standard training, maybe he belongs in the adaptive program with the other quitters. Well, it was easier to doubt myself than believe a coach would hurt my son, so I just hung up. But the bald patches spread, quarter-sized, then larger. Seymour started vomiting before practice, claiming it was just nerves. When I suggested taking a break from swimming, he panicked. No, coach says I'm almost there, almost a real swimmer. At pickup on Friday, another dad pulled me aside. My kid says Retisha has been doing special sessions with certain swimmers, keeps them after practice. She saw him holding Seymour underwater with a stopwatch. The following Thursday, I got the call. Seymour had been pulled unconscious from the pool. By the time I reached the hospital, he was awake but on oxygen, his scalp visible through widening bald patches. The ER doctor pulled me aside, her expression grave. Mr. Crest, when we examined Seymour, we found water in his lungs. This isn't from today. There's evidence of repeated aspiration. Has he mentioned any unusual training? My stomach dropped. He takes swimming seriously. His cortisol levels are dangerously high. The hair loss is stress-induced alopecia. This child is experiencing severe chronic trauma. She studied my face. I was about to answer when Seymour, who I thought was sleeping, spoke up. Coach Retisha says different bodies need different limits. The room went silent. What do you mean? The social worker asked gently. Seymour's eyes stayed closed. Regular swimmers hold their breath for 30 seconds, but I have to do 2 minutes, sometimes more. Coach says my body needs to work harder because it's broken. My hands started shaking. Seymour, does coach let you come up when you need air? No. He holds my shoulders down. Says the fear will fix my brain, make the palsy go away. He times it. His voice was small. 2 minutes, 37 seconds is my record. That's when everything went black today. The social worker was typing furiously. Seymour, how long has this been happening? Since September. Coach says by June I'll either be cured or I'll quit. Real swimmers get cured. I called the other parents that night. Their kids confirmed it. Retisha had been joking about drowning the weakness out, but everyone thought it was just tough coaching. They didn't know he was actually doing it to the kids he deemed defective. I went to the principal the next morning with everything. She sighed deeply. Coach Retisha has produced 12 state qualifiers. He's unconventional, yes, but results speak for themselves. Seymour is probably misunderstanding the training. He's deliberately drowning my son. Has he ever prevented Seymour from surfacing when truly in distress? Children often exaggerate when they find sports challenging. Maybe Seymour needs a program more suited to his limitations? The threat was clear. Push this, and they'd ban Seymour from regular swimming forever. With that on his record, no team would take him. I tried the police. The officer shrugged. Tough coaching isn't illegal. Did he physically harm your son? No? Then find a new swim program. The next afternoon, I watched practice from the viewing area. The other kids did normal drills while Seymour was pulled aside. Retisha held him underwater, checking his stopwatch. I counted 45 seconds, a minute, 90 seconds. Seymour's body started thrashing. 2 minutes. Only then did Retisha let him surface, gasping. That night, Seymour had a seizure. Back to the hospital. The neurologist was blunt. One more incident, and he could have permanent brain damage. The repeated oxygen deprivation is causing neural inflammation. His coaches then remove him from the team. I just smiled, because all I needed was for Retisha to understand what drowning felt like, and I knew exactly who could teach him. I called my brother Ray, who did 4 years for aggravated assault. Remember when we were kids and Dad threw us in the quarry, told us to swim or die? Yeah, this coach has been drowning Seymour for months. Silence. Then, coaches stay late to clean the pool area, right? Alone? 3 days later, Ray showed up with rope and a weighted belt. For demonstration purposes, he said. People learn better through experience. Just remember, Ray said as we walked toward the aquatic center, he needs to experience every second Seymour did. We're teachers now too. Full story on my channel, link below.